And we do have a new social network site called friendshipagenda.com so that we can all meet up, talk, and actually meet in the real space. You can go there and join, and then you can meet with all the people. They're all amazing, wonderful people that I have met personally and had them all join. We're up to about 1,200 members now. We decided that friendship was the only answer to this solution, that the bonds of friendship surpass all of the elite's programming, and that once you start to know your neighbor, once you start to grow gardens with them, once you start to have block parties on your street, they have no more power. Because suddenly you realize, wow, we're all human. We're all here together and we actually love and are beautiful beings. But they consistently want you to believe that humans are nefarious, evil creatures that will do nothing but destroy their neighbor. We have to disprove that, and we have to prove it to the world and share that with the world. So now we have the mainstream media. We have the media means of promoting ourselves. We are now YouTube stars. I'm currently going to be in a movie with someone made famous through YouTube, a transvestite known as Chris Crocker. You might remember him from Leave Britney Alone. Well, he is now famous, all right? And he has the ear of the world. He's hanging out partying with Paris Hilton because he put up a YouTube clip. So we have power now. And they're going to try and take that. We all know that. SOPA and all of the other things trying to get rid of us, but they're not going to. And through this media stream, we can actually start to represent ourselves as the humans that we are. And I've begun this myself. I have the Mystery School Mobile Media Lab experiment. I'm driving around now in my big yellow school bus. Hopefully that will become more of a further bus along the way. I've seen what Ken Kesey and the Merry Pranksters did, and it was hardly anything. And they changed the world. I plan on doing a whole lot more. So we've got our big yellow school bus. We're heading off on the friendship agenda, and we're meeting up with Tesla scientists, permaculturists, and every city that we go to, unlike the Occupy movements, we are making an impact. We are planting gardens. We are making sure that the neighborhoods learn how to plant gardens, teaching them how to build worm farms, teaching them how to properly cater to these lost lands that need to be replenished with the proper nutrients to get the worm farms going, get the ormus going. And on top of this, we are meeting up with the Tesla scientists, and we are going to put together what we call the Type 1 Roadshow. And it's going to be this crazy display because somebody put me in charge. And I don't slack. I'm going to make this thing blow up. It's going to happen in Philadelphia in October for the first one, but then we're going to bring it to Austin, Texas. Because it's just as cool here. So after all the programming that we see, after everything that we see from them, trying to get you to engineer you into these bloodthirsty sacrificial lambs that are doing nothing but killing people in modern warfare, we've got to turn around to our friends, to our loved ones, to our true communion with the divine, and find ourselves once again, so that we can then display this to the rest of the world, because the rest of the world thinks we're Satan. And there's no doubt that because of Jersey Shore, because of all the different media programming that they're sending over there to say, look at these horrible humans in America, they're a bunch of Satanists and they don't care about anything, we've got to turn that puzzle around. And it's not going to be an easy thing to do, but if we can take over the mainstream, if we can then even just use YouTube, as I have done, I'm now in 2 movies, 2 Hollywood productions that'll come out this year. One was me at the zoo, which was all about Chris Crocker and his transvestite, holy moment, like Double Rainbow Guy, right? I mean, Double Rainbow Guy was huge. All you gotta do is cry at a rainbow. And this gets the attention. But people are feeling the human nature that Double Rainbow Guy gives, right? And they're like, oh man, I got goosebumps listening to this guy cry. I'm gonna make music out of this. And it exploded, right? So in the same way, we're trying to do this same thing, and I hope to get each and every one of you to start to promote goodness on the internet, goodness of humanity on YouTube. And this is our best ploy at this point. And Me at the Zoo actually came out, premiered in the Sundance Film Festival, and immediately when it premiered on the big screen, my website was hacked and taken down. Gone. And I had to rebuild it very fast, because I wanted to catch those people that were coming. Because this was my slip-in, this was my way, because my whole website's telling you about trauma-based mind control and all of the programming triggers. Anna Nicole Brittany and Mind Control was one of my DVDs and talks here at Brave New Books. And they didn't want you to know this. That's my belief. It's conspiracy. I don't know. But I know my website was hacked and taken down the day that me at the zoo premiered. And it's been picked up by HBO, so now everybody's going to be seeing this. And they're going to come to this awakening. And then I have one other film, which was sponsored and paid for by Disney star Dan Fogler. You might remember him for such films as Balls of Fury, or maybe you saw Mars Needs Moms. Well, here we were talking with Dan Fogler. I'm in a movie with him called Don Peyote, and we start talking about Disney programming, and we're like, yeah, well, you know, Disney always kills the mother, right? And this is part of the sociological programming that they use. And he says, yeah, well, I'm in a movie called Mars Needs Moms. Because they killed all the moms, right? So it blew his mind. He's like, should I quit Disney? Should I quit? And I'm like, no, take Disney's money and make yourself a movie. So he did. And he made his 2012 breakout, Don Peyote, which is all about awakening to the New World Order, how much trouble this causes in relationships when one partner awakens and the other doesn't. And he does it in the most funny, hilarious Dan Fogler way. And so that'll be coming out in April. So these were my attempts to trying to get into the mainstream, to try and discuss and talk to the public. And this is what I hope all of you will do, is just get out there and get on the friendship agenda. Thank you all. Thank you all. I can't believe you all showed up. This is...
South by Southwest is coming up. You should do something then.
It might be there. I'll be in my big yellow school bus heading to Hollywood at that moment.
What can we do to help?
Well, like I say, the only thing I can think to do is to break the idea that we are these evil beings. We have to start to promote ourselves emotionally. You see, emotions are something that they are very against, and very programming into the transhumanist agenda was that emotions need to be eradicated. They're coming up with pills and other mental projections that can shut down your emotions. You know, it'll help you quit smoking, right? So emotions are the key, and if we start broadcasting our emotions out to the world, even if it's not on YouTube, even if it's just like at a grocery store, giving a smile to someone, we've got to build up the friendship agenda. We've got to start to show our true nature. Yes?
One of my personal kind of messages that I got about all this, you're absolutely right, but also every choice that we make, we have to realize we are making a choice towards life or towards death, because these are death cults.
Right.
And we want to make the choice towards life, so we want to have integrity in our choices and really think about what we are giving our power to, because each one of us have tremendous power. I don't know if there's any way for us to, we don't have the machinery to see what happens when we put goodness out there on the other side.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that we've slowed them down for years because of the goodness.
Absolutely. I was in Washington, D.C. in 1993 with a group of Rainbow Gathering people, so the original Occupy, if you will, sitting out in front of Bill Clinton's White House for 9 days. And at that very time, as we had all gathered in peace in front of the White House, they were doing a study on prayer and whether or not it would affect and it was right when we were there. So we were compounding that whole thing. And so that's probably why they got such high or such low crime rates during that prayer. We were there as well, and we didn't even know that this was going on. So yeah, absolutely. We have so much more power than they tell us. And they want to keep us boxed in and believing. I mean, you got your bitten apple here. This is actually the bitten apple of Snow White, and it's poison and puts you to sleep. That's where he came up with the logo. It's in Steve Jobs' own biography. So, that's the whole thing. We've got to get back to human-to-human contact, and we've got to break out from this whole programming. Yes?
I had a question about CERN.
All right.
Are you familiar with the connections between CERN and the god Apollo at all?
Apollo? No.
For instance, I was wondering, maybe you could tell me, but maybe not. CERN, or Cernunnos, the long form, is a Celtic god associated with Apollo. The French town that CERN is located in is named after Apollo. It had a temple to Apollo during Roman times. And then there's a statue of Shiva, the destroyer god, outside CERN. And, well, some people connected this to Revelation 9:11, the angel from the abyss named Apollyon,
Right.
the destroyer. Can you give anything to add to that?
I don't. Although I did look into a lot of that, and of course the Apollyon connection
And the Higgs, the God particle, right? The
Yeah.
their God.
what was I gonna say to that though? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did have something there, but yes.
At one time, they were working on building a fusion reactor at Marseille, or near Marseille, and I don't know how far that is away from CERN. I've always wondered if that project was still going on, and something happened in that collider, what it might do to that other project.
Right. There was a lot of interesting things when they sure turned on CERN. Actually, the Norway spiral, CERN was at full power for the first time when that happened. And they said they were going to be punching holes into the other dimension.